Among the world's major countries with vast territories, only China is still building high-speed railways on a large scale. Essentially, they are betting that electricity is cheap, and it seems they bet correctly. Currently, the cost of solar power in China has reached $0.0017 per kilowatt-hour. The theoretical lifespan of solar panels is 30 years, but the actual lifespan is much longer than that. No one knows exactly how long. Solar panels from 50 years ago are still somewhat functional. The energy payback time for producing a solar panel now 1.2 years, and the financial payback period is 5 years. The combined payback period for solar panels, energy storage, and transmission equipment is 10 years. Currently, the cost of residential electricity in China is 7 cents per kilowatt-hour, but the cost of solar power is only $0.0017 per kilowatt-hour. These are two completely different things. Once a certain threshold is reached, lowering costs no longer results in incremental changes, but rather substantial qualitative changes that expand geometrically. As the cost of solar power drops to $0.0017 per kilowatt-hour and potentially lower, solar power plants could theoretically become extremely profitable industries. The only remaining problem is how to distribute the generated electricity. Alternatively, instead of selling the electricity, it could be used to produce more solar panels, which in turn generates more electricity, creating a self-sustaining cycle. Soon, electricity could become so cheap that it is practically free. New energy storage, high-speed rail, autonomous driving, artificial intelligence, and even low-altitude economy all fundamentally bet on the same thing: almost free electricity. If you look closely at nearly all industries that China has heavily promoted since 2008, you will find a common theme. Currently, the cost of electricity generation is only a fraction of the overall electricity cost. The majority comes from transmission and storage expenses. Once these costs are reduced, the basic economic logic of human society will be appended. As for energy storage, under the premise that electricity generation is cheap enough, advanced technology may not be necessary. The simplest and most crude method imaginable is to build massive solar power stations in the Saudi desert, charge 100,000-ton ships in the Persian Gulf, and transport fully charged electrolyte or sodium batteries to the Chinese coast. If electricity is cheap enough, losing half of it during transport might be tolerable. The route remains the same, and Saudi Arabia remains the same. The crude oil is replaced with electrolyte.